Welcome back, everyone. Okay, today we are tackling the absolute ultimate mid-game nightmare. You know the feeling, right? You've been carefully building your board, hoarding your items, eyeing that perfect unique portal to lock in your synergy, and then bam, right in front of your eyes, another player just snatches it. Absolute panic sets in, right? Well, not anymore. Today, I'm giving you a highly logical, math-based masterclass on exactly how to survive the stolen portal crisis. No panic, just plays. Let's get to work.
All right, here's our game plan for this explainer. First, we'll break down the stolen portal crisis itself. Then, we'll look at 2 alternative strategies. After that, we'll introduce the 5 pillars framework, run through a real case study at stage 10, evaluate why we're rejecting the alternatives, and finally reveal the winning pivot.
Section 1. The Stolen Portal Crisis.
Okay, so losing your target unique portal literally shakes your entire game plan to its core. Without that planned synergy, surviving the mid-game can just quickly turn into a total nightmare. But here is the absolutely crucial point. You cannot panic. I mean it. Instead of making a split-second, highly emotional choice, we need an adaptive crisis management strategy. Basically, we need a cold, logical process to evaluate our alternatives under extreme time pressure.
Section 2. 2 alternative strategies.
So, when your portal gets taken, you've got to find alternatives. Option 1 is what we call synergy overlaps. Now, you really need to master the math here. The whole goal is to choose a portal with synergies that share the highest overlap with your original plan. You can see how the data maps out these overlap odds for the basic unique pick pool right here. But what if the math just isn't in your favor? Well, that brings us to strategy 2, the no portal gambit. If those overlap odds are just completely trash, your best statistical move, and this might sound crazy, is actually to skip the portals entirely. By doing this, you avoid forced errors, you draw from the full random pool of uniques, and crucially, you stay locked in your current region. Think about it. If you're already in a favorable region for your desired synergy, taking absolutely no portal often yields a way higher hit chance than forcing a totally mismatched one. Section 3. The 5 pillars framework. Now, if you actually execute that no portal gambit, you're going to be staring down fully randomized picks. You need a rubric fast. You must rapidly evaluate every single option against the 5 pillars of choice. First up, value, meaning the pure, raw strength of the unit. Second, pivot, its synergy flexibility. Third is items. How well does it actually align with your current equipment? Fourth, ad picks. You've got to check for support in the global shop pool. And finally, region, evaluating its spawn compatibility. In a crisis, I promise you, these 5 pillars are your absolute best friends.
Section 4. Case Study Stage 10.
All right, let's look at a live scenario. Check out our current momentum here. We're at stage 10, right? We desperately wanted that dragon portal, but we missed it. So we triggered the no portal gambit, and now we're facing random uniques. Scanning our board state, we actually have some pretty solid early game elements, an evolved Meryl and an evolved Seadra. But pay super close attention to the bench. We've got 2 Scrops just sitting there. Scrop is a massive piece of the puzzle here, because it bridges water, poison, and eventually dragon synergies. Keep those Scrops in mind, they're going to be important.
Next, we immediately look at pillar number 3, items. Our current inventory dictates exactly what kind of carry we can support. Right now, we are holding the AP duo items, Soul Dew and Deep Sea Tooth. Now, these are absolutely fantastic for a magic damage caster. We've also got some unused pieces, 2 charcoals, a mystic water, and a spoon. Evaluating this inventory is critical. If a unique pick pops up that requires physical attack damage, we simply cannot support it. End of story.
Section 5. Rejecting the alternatives.
Okay, time for the process of elimination. First up in our random pool was a normal and bruiser typing pivot. We ruthlessly, and I mean ruthlessly, eliminate this. Why? Well, the normal typing is way too rigid for an intense mid-game recovery. More importantly, check our items. We have 0 bruiser gear. A total lack of attack damage and bulk items is just a hard no for a primary monster carry. So, next. So, what about a flying pivot? I know, it might seem slightly better because of some region flexibility, but it utterly fails the value pillar. Flying synergy right now suffers from severe meta weakness. Honestly, it's considered a really low-tier mid-game pivot that simply doesn't pack the tactical punch we need in a crisis. It's strictly a secondary backup, which is a luxury we just do not have time for right now. And this brilliantly illustrates the ultimate trap, Delmice. A Grass and Ghost pivot looks incredibly tempting, right? But it fails the ad picks pillar catastrophically. There are exactly 0 ghost units in the current global ad pick pool. 0.
This creates a massive pool conflict, making this pivot completely suicidal. Without that range carry support, taking the anchor leads straight to a mid-game collapse. It's a total bait.
Section 6. The winning pivot.
So, the winner is Poipole. Poipole was the only choice offering a realistic comeback path here. Let's run it through the pillars. Value, huge. It scales its ability with permanent attack gains from KOs. Pivot and ad picks, remember those Skrelps on our bench and in the global pool? Yeah, they make activating the Poison 3 synergy practically effortless. And items, an absolutely perfect match. Poipole utilizes that Soul Dew we identified earlier for massive AP damage. I mean, it literally ticks every single box.
But here is the absolute genius of the Poipole pick as we look toward the late game. If we can just survive the mid-game and get Poipole to 20 stacking knockouts, it evolves into the legendary Naganadel. And what typing does Naganadel famously gain? That's right, Dragon.
I absolutely love this quote from the source we're analyzing today. We didn't abandon the dragon plan, we built a bridge to reach it in the late game through mid-game adjustment. That is the absolute essence of crisis management. We used the 5 pillars to find a poison unique that perfectly fit our current items and bench, allowing us to survive the mid-game and seamlessly bridge all the way back to our original dragon strategy. How cool is that?
So, the next time your portal gets snatched right out from under you, seriously, don't panic. Losing a portal isn't the end, it's a test. Rely on the math, use the 5 pillars of adaptability, and find that comeback path. Will your next stolen portal be a game ender, or will it be your hidden winning line? Apply this framework and you'll be the one in control. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.